Hello everyone, I'm Rob Smith, the Smith of the Black channel here, Ticker Tacker with the Strat Time Report. And it's a good day to remind you to keep an eye on the longer term signals and what's going on here. So, because if you go to the QQQ, or a lot of people get caught up in what we call the vortex, right? And what that means is that when things aren't really moving around, they go down to smaller term charts to get some things look like they're moving around when they're not really doing nothing. So if you go to QQQ here, you're going to go to the upper left. You're going to see still an inside day here. Now it's green, right? And it is on the upper middle. It is taking out last week's highs. We're still there. So now what we'll look for here is if you look at the lower left, inside on the 60, all right? So we want to see either side of that, and then we can go with the strength and weakness that we already know. So the good thing about a flat market is oftentimes that it gets more pronounced who is actually moving, what stocks are actually going, right? Because you have the S&P SPY here also. Does slightly take out yesterday's high. You're below today's opening, but you're inside on the 60. So these inside 60 is going to have something to say about going forward. But if we go to stocks, we're really moving big C. Get boom, and you can see this here. If you have new issue, right, and so the monthly is brand new, and you can see that lower middle is bright green. And then if you go to the upper middle, it's the pattern we look for all the time, right? The inside bar, this is completely inside of there on the week, pokes it down, stops them out. These guys, boom, back through. We call that rev strat. Inside bar, down, boom, back to the upside. So we'll see if there's any more to it. That was quite the explosive move. But if you look at here, on a 5-minute, here's where you get your pause, right? The inside 5-minute, boom, and then the inside 5 gets you out, and then here, let them correct. This is a 2-2 reversal. This took out the lows, right, which is a down, boom, and then you come back through previous range here, right, like so, boom, and take all that out. Then you get another reversal on your 5 here, right? So you can go back and forth on this thing, and if you're a little slower, that's fine. You can just take this 15-minute here, inside bar, and this has just exploded here, up through here. So there's something we call exhaustion risk, right? And what that means is when you're going into new highs like this, the buyer's got to keep stepping up because you have nobody left to stop out. You don't have any pivots. So as soon as this closes out, you don't want to come back through here. So then you can see this right here coming back through. Also, I talk about this, the new 60 coming, right? So that's something you'd want to know about. Anyway, we do have some China stocks on the move. China, I guess our talks are going well after all. Here's you go YY. And YY, you're going to go here to the upper middle, and you're going to see the inside weak. Taking that out. Now you got more room up in here if they want to keep bringing it, right? So we'll see how that goes because we know outside bars exist, correct? We do. So if you go out to the monthly down in the lower middle, you're going to see taking out the low and coming back through the range. Now we're looking to go outside month on here at least and take out this 96.88 and go outside month even though we're running out of month. Yet Baba and Baba you can see here in the upper middle a few weeks ago, all right, pokes down a little bit, then here's your reversal. Take out the low, take out the high. Magnitude was to take out this at least, and it's still going. So now you got exhaustion risk because you're going into the highs. So we'll see if that sets up again. How we doing here? We'll see if that sets up again for you. JD, more China. Now you can see this is inside in the 30 right now if you go to the lower left, right? So once again, exhaustion risk, you're going into the highs, but at least here you had some corrective activity. You took out a low and now you're inside. So that would be a reversal back to the upside above 79.40. Just a little leery of drying up here because of the futures, but we'll see. Obviously this is not in the futures, but we'll see. Facebook. So Facebook does this, all right? If you go to the inside 30, down here in the lower left, here, right, the inside bar, that's the equilibrium when it triggers above 275.08 right there. And the reason that's important is because you're bright green on the month, and you're inside weak for the rebreak. All right, here, there, and looking to take that out. I believe we've done that, so we'll see if that sets up again. Here, inside 60 to the upside for a continuation. Above 279.43, you're there right now. So the only problem with something like that is your magnitude is only to take this out, so it's not that big of a move. However, when you have full time frame continuity and you continue to trade that kind of way, when everything's green, good things tend to happen. So we'll see what happens there. If we go to little guy Neo having a nice day, and you'll see it's bright green on the month in the lower middle. You'll also look in the upper middle and you see the inside bar. So that became a buy on the weekly basis above 1469, trading 1574. Not bad. See if that was running pretty quickly here too. See if that sets up again for you. So here's where you got your corrective activity. It was a little high up there, but here your first lower low and then boom, right back up. So we'll see if that sets up again. Like so, you got an inside 30 right now, so directionally would be above 1690. Well, we'll see if that sets there. Keeping an eye on these 60s. Spine Q still inside on the 60. If we go to Amgen going into the Dow Jones, and Amgen here's once again on the weekly. Once it starts taking this lower low here, takes that out, and then goes back green. That's in the upper middle here. We're looking to become an outside bar, which you got, right? And the good thing is you got more of this kind of stuff here. You're coming back through a previous range right here. Just rip through these guys. So the question is going to stop out all this kind of stuff, right? So far so good. Just kind of stalling out here a little bit, but there was a outside 60. That was a little tricky in there, but we'll see. We go to BGNE. And BGNE, you can see this here on the upper left. Takes out the previous high on the daily, takes out the previous low. There's your continuation right there. Boom, to try and come after these highs. Because you recall we were looking at this last week because of this weekly inside bar, poke down, boom, come back to the range. Now let's go see if we can finish them off here and take out 256.01. Why not? If we go to Starbucks, and here you go, down combination shot here. You see down the lower middle, you can see an inside bar in the monthly. That becomes a monthly buy over 78.49. Inside week to the upside in the upper middle over 79.38 within 10 cents. That's what you like, to have those bang bangs, and you can see it just takes off after that. So we'll see if that sets up again, going a little quickly for us. But we'll see here. Looks like that poked down a little bit, continuation like that. How about the 30? There you go, right here. Inside 30, inside 30, off she goes with those nice combinations. We've got the DraftKings coming up here a bit, and the DraftKings, once again, if you go to the daily here up on the upper left, you can see the stop them out, make the low, and come back through the previous range, and that's where the real meat and potatoes of this move happened, right? You can see this thing, right, here, because everything's green, right? And we know that people are going to be stopped against that, and that. And that's when you have a move like this down here on the lower left. Boom, take them out. Now we'll see what they want to do here on the 60. So this would be a continuation. Take out the high, take out the low, and then back take out the high if you can get this back above 39.24. Okay, what else we got here? We got NTES, more China. So you can keep an eye on this here, and you can see this thing just gone, and no signals. You got exhaustion risk because you're going to the high, so we'll see if that sets up again. Nothing there just yet. EXPI, I believe, is still an inside day here, but the thing about inside day and inside week is the question is it have enough range to trade? So it's already moved like $3, but we'll see what more comes of that. Amgen goes to the highs as I speak. We got little guy GoGo, and GoGo's stalling out now in the 30, but you can see here once again the inside week to the upside, and we'll see if anything comes of that. Not too much going on. Like I said, a lot of things slowing down a bit. And you've got Cutter. And once again, a lot of this stuff, I just want you to be able to see the examples so you can identify them yourself. Because when you pull up multiple time frames, it's not that hard to understand what I've been showing you here, right? Okay. So you got here in the monthly lower left. Take out the slight higher high, the slight lower low, boom. When you take that, you're going to take that out, right? And so here, if you go to the 30, you got your corrective activity to the downside. Inside 30 here, back to the upside, might even be a 60 for you. There you go, inside on the 60, right, to keep her going after coming back through this range. And another thing we like to see is things that have been a lot higher. And this thing used to be somebody. This thing used to be a lot higher, so that's a good thing. If we go to Gap Stores, in Gap Stores, just having a nice little run here. I don't believe that's inside month, but we'll see what comes of that. Ross Stores actually goes inside day to the upside here, right? So we have corrective activity coming back through, still inside on the week if you go to the middle, but you'll notice the previous week was an outside week, so we know we're dealing with a broadening formation, right? Or also if you go to lower left or lower middle, taking out last month's highs on a reversal back higher, so long as you stay above 91.12, which you're there, and then here, boom. So here you're going to see the lower low and then the higher high. So we'd want to stay above this and keep going, right, above 91.20. Otherwise, we just drop back in, but we'll see what comes there. Let's see, on the downside, GWPH. And GWPH now rallying back off the 60, coming back. We'll see if that resets up, but you'll notice up here in the upper middle, it's an inside week to the downside. And you'll notice here on the monthly, in the lower middle, how it triggered this. The inside bar poked up, boom, RevStrat right back down. Reversible 123.04, trading 104.62. We'll see if that sets up again. Amgen going to the highs as I speak. Qs and SPY getting closer to taking those 60s to the upside. If we go to CWH, Camping World. There it is. Weekly. You see this? The inside bar, upper middle, pokes up. Boom, take them out. And the good thing about that was this is also an outside bar. So it's expanding that, taking out the highs and the lows here. So if you go to lower middle, now we can look to see if we can come down here and go outside month, right? So we got some problems for them. Camping World. One of the things we were looking at yesterday to see if there's any follow through, and they were trying to run some of these pandemic stocks, and well, that answers that. Boeing right back in. United Airlines right back in. Marriott, just to a lesser extent, but you get the idea. We were looking for stuff like that to see if that was going to come through. If you go to Williams-Sonoma here, and this is what we look for on the reversal here, right? On the daily upper left, takes out the highs, takes out the lows back to previous range here. Hit below 98.20, trading 95, not bad. We'll see if that sets up again, because what we're looking for here is the weekly upper middle. You see that? Now we're looking for an outside bar. Take that out. And the reason that's good is because if they can keep hitting that and keep coming back through. Remember, we always want to be looking forward thinking what could potentially happen down the road. And what you can see here is it's an inside month to the upside, and it's got some distance. But if they hit it hard enough, then potentially it's the RevStrat, the 1, 2, and then boom, take out this month's lows next month and come back through a previous range, but we'll see. If we go to Hanes Celestial getting pounded here, and you can see once again on the weekly, it takes out the high and then boom, comes back through previous range by taking out the lows. Once again on the daily, takes out the previous high, inside bar, boom, take care of business. And this is what you want, not gap, right? Because when you move through here, then you can trigger stops instead of gapping them all in one shot, right? Much better that way. We've got some weakness in some of the healthcare, ANTM. And once again, here's another thing we look for, that inside week to the downside, all right? And the outside bar follow through on the daily, and we're getting that. And that tells you to look at other things like Centene, CNC, all right? And that's taking the month down in the lower middle, right? Higher high, lower low, bam. Now we're going to look out to take this out here. 59.54. Let's see, we got a few more here. Noah. And Noah getting clocked here, and once again, tight ranges on the week. Here, the inside week to the downside here, this triggers below 30.17. That's good for the rest of the week if we can stay down there. All right, I think that's going to do it for right now. We got AMD trying to fight back here, but you want to be real careful in this environment that you're trading things that are actually moving, right? So the risk here at AMD in the daily, right, was it going to take this out and be an outside bar of the previous day? It came down, didn't do it. Now it's trying to go outside day to the upside, which is good, right? Because it goes green on all time frames. It's taking the inside 60 here in the lower left and trying to re-break that inside week here in the upper middle. So you can watch that with SMH and the Qs. But just be careful, things can dry up here. Make sure that when you get to the middle of the day, you are trading things that have bright red and green bars. If you're trying to jump the gun on stuff, more often than not in this environment, you're going to dry up and do nothing. You don't have to be the first one in there. Just identify these signals the way I showed to you. Once again, all my videos that I make, are free at the Smith of the Black channel here at Ticker Talker, and especially on Tuesday, I make the Strat Attack about an hour after the closing. I'm sure you want to tune in for that, where I give the good weeklies and monthly signals that we're going to be looking for. It's going to do it for today. I'm Rob Smith, the Smith of the Black channel here at Ticker Talker with the Strat Time Report.